Oh, hello guys. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And tonight we're going to check into the upcoming week. Just looking here, there's something weird going on with my system that I'm using, trying to figure out what it is. Because it's using quite a bit more resources than needed. Hopefully this isn't going to interrupt the stream. Oh, it's getting back to normal again. Okay, so the upcoming week, which happens to be 18th of March up until the 24th, just to make sure. Yeah, so up until the 24th. And the first thing that I'm going to start with, as per usual, that is going to be the collective reading. And funny thing, because Pisces Moon being posted about the live, before I am done with drawing up the cards for it. Okay. And what I noticed on the post is that she said, you know, alert or something, a major week ahead. And I was thinking, you know, what's going to be that major for it? And then I drew the cards. And this is what we got. Okay, so the first one, you can see them on the thumbnail as well. That will be the Hermit here. And then that will be the Knight of Cups. It is the second. And then we do have the Sun card, which is the third card. Hello, Yarbi. Welcome to the stream. And truly, it's going to be damn big one. It's going to be a huge one now with the Hermit and the Knight of Cups that we have on our hands here as an elemental dignity. Each shows essential or a substantial aspect. It's kind of like clicking, coming up together. That is going to allow us to increase the worth of our lives in general. So within this week, you know, if you kind of like feel that up until this point that your life is kind of losing meaning and you don't know, you know, well, long story short, you aren't living but just only existing. Well, that is the game changer that you're going to have here into the upcoming week. There is going to be a super important event or a deed or a circumstance which is going to be a pivotal form, a essential part of your life that is going to take off. And we all, in that field that we do feel that we're just only existing and not living, we're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's why the week is going to be so major and so big, because we are going to basically escape from, so to speak, the darkness, or however way you want to call it, and you want to say it. And for every single one of us, there is going to be at least one more reason to look forward to and to live for, and to move forward to. However, I hate when there is that aspect of it, but there is one however here. The happening is granted. You know, long story short, within this week, we are going to have that moment where we are going to see the light at the end of the tunnel for us. For some of us, it's going to be a huge job offer that is going to make our career worth our while. For others, it's going to be a huge romantic event, like meeting up the person that you have always wanted and whatnot. But only the happening is in the bag, because we do have the Knight of Cups next to the Hermit card, just like that. From there on, moving forward, whether this happening will develop the way that is gonna what was the word here, correspond to our dreams or not, well, that will be completely reciprocal to our performance. Therefore, the harder work we put in, the bigger the results we are going to get. Or the more devoted we are to the thing, to the job, to the relationship, you know, to whatever it is, the more important, the more essential, and the more substantial is going to be. And the start's going to be difficult, okay, because we do have the sun next to the hermit. It kind of points that it's going to be awkward in a sense of that will be off charts, of our charts. So for example, if you are used to a quiet life, the whole thing is going to be very loud. If you are used to dynamic, the whole thing is going to be sluggish and whatnot. So we will have to readapt, readjust, realign, so to speak, to the happening. But a huge week ahead. There is going to be an additional meaning to our lives. Hopefully is going to be what we are waiting for all of us. So that was the collective reading, and now there are going to be 12 readings similar to this one for each star sign, and I'm going to run the ecliptic starting up from Aries and ending up with the Pisces. Bear in mind that these are going to be readings for your star sign, therefore you should use them as a guidance, as an advice, rather than a concrete answer to questions. If you do wish me to read for your personal situations, you can always go to my website, link to it, to which you're going to find in the description down below. Or if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support us, you can do so either via using Super Chat or a PayPal, which again, link you will find in the description down below. And at the end of the day, for every Patreon or for any Patreon, the Patreons are gonna have their readings at the end of the stream. Just like Yasmin, thank you for the $20 PayPal as well. Anna, thank you for the $20 as well, PayPal. Taco, thank you for the $33.33 PayPal. Thank you, guys. Let me put you all into the list, and at the end of the stream, guys, you're gonna have your personalized readings. Right. So first goes Aries. Let's check on what kind of a week Aries is gonna have. Hey, hello, Joel. King of Pentacles. First one for Aries, followed by Justice. And then the third one that we do have, that's going to be the Knight of Wands. So the week for you is going to revolve around an individual here. An individual of that has a possessions of resources, right? Long story short, that individual has what you need or has what you want. It could be both, you know, what you need and what you want to be the same thing. Now, problem, as such as the cards are aligned, this individual acts very irresponsibly with those resources, or in other words, in your eyes, they are wasting those resources, while with you, they can be put into so much more use. And so, Aries, your job is to convince that of them, is to convince them to invest those resources with you, for example, with your business, with your care, with your devotion, instead of them wasting them to things that you deem, I don't want to say unworldly, but more of a unnecessary, so to speak. And you will have a bit of a trouble to do so, because with that Knight of Wands that we do have here next to the King of Pentacles, It seems that they are halfway set their mind already. That's what they are wasting those resources into. It's actually a good deal. So you do have an extra mile to go, so you can convince them that they aren't doing the right thing. It's a power struggle, long story short, for you guys. For you, Aries. Of course, whether how much you do need those resources, that will vary. You know, some of you are not going to need them at all. And whether you are going to walk down that road to convince that person of not wasting those resources and instead entrusting them to you, well, that is your choice. My email? Hold on, Taco. That's the email. Hello, Rob. I think I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. Right, that was Aries. Now, moving next, that's gonna be Taurus. First one for Taurus, that will be the Sun, followed by the King of Cups. And then we do have the Seven of Wands. You're welcome, Taco. Well, you do have, if you do want to connect with me, mate, you do have my Xbox contacts, so you can always text me there. Now, it's embedded in Windows, so you can always message me. You don't need my email for it. Right, guys, a very awkward proposal. That's what the week is going to reveal, or that's going to be the most important thing for you, Taurus. Very awkward proposal. It's a, how do you call it? When you needed something, but it didn't arrive in time, and when it did arrived, you don't need it anymore. Okay, so it's out of date, maybe. That's... Well, okay, mate. You're always welcome to do so. So, yeah, it's an awkward proposal that you are not gonna need anymore. That's what we're gonna have ahead. And the thing is that it's gonna be wrapped in a very attractive package. Right, very, very attractive package. The whole proposal here is meant to tempt you, to provoke your temptation, and to swipe you off your ground. But the real reason is to deviate your attention, because for what those cards are showing is that you do have set your attention right now in a pretty growthful manner. What I mean is that the way you have set your attention, Taurus, it is toward an expanding energies of growth that you are not going to need to even hassle about. And taking on that proposal actually is going to put you in a disadvantageous position. That is according to these cards. Now, of course, you do have a head on your shoulders. You get to decide whether that's true or not when that proposal comes. And it is your choice whether you should take it or not. But be warned, for what those cards are showing, it's not going to be nearly as good as it is presented. All right, next, that will be Gemini. The Star card, followed by the Four of Cups. And then we do have the Page of Swords, not the Wands, but the Page of Swords. Yeah, you feel a resurgence. Is that what you feel, Taco? That's a good feeling. Truth be told, I haven't felt it for a very, very long time, but it feels good. All right, so Gemini, it's going to be actually a really good week for you guys because the troubles you are facing in order to implement some kind of a thought or idea, but basically what the cards are saying is a original thought, or in other words, an idea or a way of going forward that's pretty much neither anyone believes in it, and basically people are giving you a hard time. Whether you want to make a renovation at your home and your spouse isn't happy with the way you want to renovate your house because that's not the way they are envisioning it, or you do have an idea for the work you're doing and your boss isn't happy with it. Well, this week, this unhappiness that you will face from the opposite side, from the opposition that you're facing, is no longer going to be there, Gemini. And so you're going to have a green light in order to follow up on your original thoughts and original ideas. So you can expect a stir, you can expect the growth into that direction. And what is advisable, it is to live up or hold up to whatever standards and ideals as well you do have about that. So no compromises whatsoever with the final product that you are envisioning for yourself. And also, that's going to happen without you even trying here, is that this week there is going to be a purge in your social circle. People that are wishing you the worst, even those that you don't know that are wishing you the worst, people who are surreptitious, people that are sneaky, conniving, right? They will simply gonna stop being an influence for you. They will simply gonna stop having a power to influence your life in any way. So you're gonna have it extra, a double, how can I put it into words? On a power of 2, okay, good, to the upcoming week. All right, next, Cancer. Yeah, that's really good, Yara. For Cancer, that will be the Devil. Wow, Greta, it's really good for Gemini. Then the Knight of Wands. And the final one, that will be the Sun. We do have a lot of Sun card coming up. Well, for you guys, for Cancer, and I hope that I do make my points across here because it's a bit of a spiritual reading, right? That we do have ahead of us. It seems that, you know, when you reach for something and you are slapped on your wrist, doesn't have to be by a person, it's just you try to accomplish a thing and the universe or the fate or whatever you want to believe in it tells you no, you're not qualified for that. Okay, so I may allow you to taste it for a while, but actually that's not for you. Whether that's a diet that you are struggling maintaining, whether that's a workout routine that you are struggling maintaining, or a tempo at work, okay, or just maintaining some version of a relationship. Well, this slap isn't going to be there anymore. What I mean is that with this, the Devil and the Sun, it means that you can go above your limits here throughout the week. You can, it's not override, but overclock yourself. You can overclock yourself. You can overclock your efforts. You can overclock your expectations and actually accomplish a really, really good results for it, but it also going to be very demanding on you and what you are supposed to do as well. And at some point you may even lose, and I'm sorry of saying it, but you may even lose the joy of what you are doing for the sake of getting a better and better results. But one is certain for you, Cancer, this week you will be able to exert yourself. Everywhere you go, you will be able to exert yourself in your authority at work, at your family, okay, or within your social circle. And you will have the unique opportunity to dictate how things are going to be done. So it's highly advisable, according to these cards, don't abuse that power. All right, next. Leo. Page of Swords. Five of Cups. The World. It could be a returnal. What I mean is that a person which you have closed up communication with, it's very likely to open it up again. I don't have one yet, but I'm certain it's going to arrive soon. So returnal, right? In any case, even if it is not someone old, right, there is definitely going to be a reopening of a topic for you, Leo, here into the upcoming week. And the reason for it is going to be differences. So a subject or a person that has a different view, different opinion, different take, let's call it that way, different take on the situation that have been left before, is going to raise the inquiry, is going to raise the issue. So don't be surprised if old spouses shows up on the picture again, exes kind of like pops up from nowhere and inquiring, you know, why you had to kind of like end up like this, okay, end up your relationship like this. Or clients open up an old issue, and so on and so forth. Definitely there is going to be a reopening of cases here, whether intimate cases, whether professional cases, right, or a social cases. And with that Five of Cups being next to the Page of Swords, there is a real chance that you can clear out some disappointments that you may had from the past, but it's going to take, again, a real work. And another take on this reading here for you, Leo, is is that you may receive a quite of an unexpected help, or rather like a an option to take a quite of an unexpected help from a place or a person that you have least expected. All right, Taco, I got it. Is that a real crocodile? Oh my god. Is that a real crocodile? If it is, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh my god. Well, you know what? I have nothing against the wild, but that wild, it's a bit too wild for me. I know I'm half expecting you next time to send me a snapshot with a shark. And what's gonna be the cherry of the cake, Godzilla? Maybe. But no, I mean it's it's good. I admire people who are willing to do that. I mean, I wouldn't put myself into such a place or such a picture. Virgo, which Leo resonates with you. Three of Swords for Virgo, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. Well, kind of, yeah. I couldn't agree more, Yara, with with that statement. Five of Wands. It is the next one. Some bad news for Virgo. Yeah, but they're very fast, man. I mean, if you kind of like um scared him and he went for attack, or she, whatever the gender of the crocodile was, you wouldn't be able to react. I mean, they can basically crunch you in between the jaws, and if they drag you into the water, it's as good as done. There is no going out of it. With the what was it called, a death whirl, or a death wheel that they're doing, that they're start spinning and rotating and basically shredding you to pieces, doing it. So the death spin, what was it called? All right, back to Virgo here. Bad news, guys. Bad news, because what these cards are calling, are showing here, is a flaw. All right, a flaw that you did not saw. I don't know where. Right, is going to be a specific for every single one of you. For some of you, maybe a flaw in a person. For others, maybe a flaw in a project. For third, maybe a flaw in a job, flaw in career, flaw in a friend. But it's a flaw that you haven't saw back in the days, and now this flaw is fully immersed on the surface and is making a serious troubles. Straight away depriving you of going forward with development, whether that's development of a project, whether that's development of a relationship. And it's not like this is the end of the world, however, okay? This flaw can be fixed, but in order to be fixed, you have to maintain composure. This isn't the time you need to freak out, or you should freak out, but rather you should roll up your sleeves and do something about it right away, right as you spot the flaw. Because it's going to be the appearance of the flaw is going to happen very unexpectedly, quite surprisingly. It's going to be a huge turnaround for you, and you need to kind of like shake off that initial shock and attack it, figuratively speaking, here with everything you got. That's the way you deal with it. All right, next, Libra. Death roll. Yeah, it's a death roll. And believe it or not, guys, drowning, burning, and being ripped by animals are the three ways of worst way to go, right? It's basically these three are the worst way to go. Hello, Anna. But the worst of the worst is burning. For what it is recorded, burning is by far the worst way to go. The best way to go, hypothermia. You basically fall asleep and you never wake up. Two of Wands. The Magician. The Hierophant. Yeah, Hierophant. So for you, Libra, it's going to be quite a good week, because it does look like, or what those cards are showing, is that you will accomplish you really good results into already ongoing undertakings. Whether that's going to be the job that have been bestowed on you, or a promise you gave, whatever the case, right? But it is an undertaking that it is ongoing already, and you will, in many cases, make people watch you with awe. And I'm not even exaggerating here, okay? From there on moving forward, however, or within this week, you get to expand on these accomplishments of yours. What's going to take, though, is going to be a bit of a risk for what those cards are showing. So what we can take from this reading for you, Libra, it is, at the very least for now, you are on the right track with your aims, with your goals, and how you positioned yourself in general. Another thing that we can take from this reading, it is that this is a week where you need to build up sovereignty within your work, so people can recognize you, within your social circle, so your friends recognize you, and so on and so forth. Another thing that we can take from this reading, it is that for now you are invaluable, right? No one can do what you do the way you do it. So you are invaluable. Make sure you bank on that. All right, next, Scorpio. The Wheel of Fortune. We do have the Wheel of Fortune? Oh my God, are you kidding me? The Wheel of Fortune. With the Death card. And it is the Six of Wands. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. No. Wow. After being buried under a mountain of shit, we're finally going to dig ourselves up. After scraping the bottom of the barrel, right? Well, here's how it goes. I don't even know how to. I need to light up a stick, guys. Hold on a second. Right. The Wheel of Fortune and the Death card, as they stand, is two. So what they signifies is an aspect that we have given up on. And I already know what this is for me, okay? So that, for example, for you could be that you have just met someone, or you have met someone the previous week, and you talked, it looked like that you have get along very well. You send a message on the next day, no respond, and then on the next day, and no respond. And you have gave up on that, right? And thought, you know what? It's not going to work out, so I'm moving forward with my life. Well, these two cards means that it is not over, right? There was something that was out of your control. Maybe that person was in jail for a couple of days, okay, and they couldn't respond. Or they may, God forbid, you know, being in some kind of an accident and they could not respond. Somewhere into the mountain on a hike where there was no cover and that's why they couldn't respond, and so on and so forth. And instead of actually having a DOA, instead, we are going to have a peak of experience with that, right? An amazing experience with that for a change this time around. And I am using the word for a change deliberately because this, my guys, will be exactly the change we need. That will have a profound impact for extremely good for our lives. So I cannot believe it. And hopefully it's going to be for something big for me. Hopefully it's going to be for about something big for every one of us. Well, tell me about it, Joel. Just tell me about it. But when you think about it, it's discouraging because we don't have it our way. But for as long as we do have what to eat, a roof above our heads, and we are healthy, we actually have everything we need. Right, next, Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Knight of Wands. So Sagittarius, we do have an individual as well for you. That's going to be the most important thing for you in the week. And this individual is going to find themselves being very happy around you. Happier than they have expected around you. Let's put it that way, because Queen of Pentacles, it's a person that, can I put it into words? They are yet to see the full potential of the situation. And basically what this reading is saying here is that this is an individual who can develop yet more potential with you, whether this is going to be a romantic potential or a business potential. It's no matter for them, because all that matters, it is that at least for now, you happen to be everything they want. And I'm saying for now, you are the choice that they are set themselves on. Wow, my guy, I love pizza. But I like mine with a tuna. So, very likely that this could be someone you are very close to, but that's as far as it goes for now. Sagittarius, someone that you consider a good friend or someone that you do consider a good a loyal companion so far. But actually, it could happen that it is someone that can be a good spouse or someone that could be a good business partner. So be open-minded, okay? If a person that you know wants to approach you and wants to develop more potentials with you, you're not gonna make a mistake if you do allow so that to happen. All right, going next, Capricorn. First one for Capricorn, Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. And it is the Hangman. Okay. Well, guys, I don't know what this means. I mean, I know what the card says, but I don't know what this means for you. And literally what they say, it is that within this week, you will understand that there isn't anything more to be said. There isn't anything more to be taken out of it. There isn't more potential. There is no more potential for the thing to develop. And while this could be a bad thing now that you think of, in a sense of that you have invested into one thing or another and that's as far as it goes. But the good take on it is that at least you ain't gonna waste your time anymore and you will have resources to allocate on a different places. So long story short, this is gonna be the week for the cold truth. And for some of you, it's gonna be in a version of a cold cup of water that you need to swallow down. For some of you, unfortunately, it's gonna be like a cold shower. Either way, it's very important that you do take it like a man or like a strong person and move forward with your life. So yeah, it's some kind of an ending that we do have here, okay? Or it's not like a separation, but an ending in a sense of that this is as far as it goes. I can have it in my life, but I cannot expand on it any longer. So that's what we have here. Well, Yanabi, at least for the other star signs, they were good for you, right? Just give me a second, guys. Well, it could be for something meaningless for you, right? It doesn't have to be for something big. That's why they're general readings. It could be, for example, you had an idea to travel somewhere, and that's the week that you're going to understand that that's as far as it goes. I mean, you can travel, but for example, you can stay there on a vacation, but nothing more. Or you can go there and live, but nothing more, and so on and so forth. It doesn't have to be something bad. Okay, you're gonna know the end of it. How it's going to end. All right, Aquarius. The Tower. The Empress. The Queen of Cups. It's a dire situation that will require to put some speed on your heels into the upcoming week. Now, what this situation is going to be about, well, That will be specific for your personal experiences. You know, for some, the situation is going to be that their car doesn't want to start, and they are missing up an important meeting. Or for others, it could be that, I don't know, could be a emergency call and so on and so forth. But this situation will involve an undertaking that you are banking a lot on. That's what the tower signifies. Something you are building or something you have built up until now, whether that's a family, right? Whether that's a job, whether that's career, whether that's some kind of a friendship, and so on and so forth. And this situation that is going to arise is going to threaten to destroy everything you built in that department. So it's going to be a dire one, and you need to act fast if you have the chance to rebuild it. That's what we have here. So for you, Aquarius, that's going to be a decisive week, right? It's going to be a week where it's going to be tested from the universe, I would like to say, whether you have what it takes or not to maintain what you have built. It's a crisis, guys. It's a crisis that is going to be bestowed upon you. And there will be no room for slacking, excuses, and scampering. Determination and steadfast, being steadfast, it's a virtue here. Right, and then we do have Pisces. Yeah. Six of Swords. Hey, Sean say, thank you for the 20. Let me put you into a list, and at the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. All right, second one, that will be the 10 of Pentacles. And the third one, it is the 4 of Wands, okay? So it's a week of decisive actions, right? That's a week where you're going to have an opportunity to make a difference. To make a difference and to get a few steps closer to your to the desired achievements, whether in your love life or whether in your career. There is a catch to it though, and the catch is dependency. So the best example that I can give it is that if you have if you do desire to accomplish owning your home, all right, but you need to be approved for mortgage, that is it, right? That is it. Being approved and your independence is thrown out of the window, but you accomplish important cycles of developments. Now you own your home. That is just for an example here. In the relationship, the same thing. You do have an option to pretty much close the deal and start the relationship, but your independence thrown out of the window, right? And the worst of all that is not the worst, but kind of like the most uncomfortable part is that the future is going to be uncertain. Definitely better than what it is right now, but uncertain. So you ain't going to be able to predict what is coming and therefore be ready for everything. But it is a milestone for you, a huge one, Pisces, that's going to be developed within the week ahead. And it will need a courage from your behalf, you know, putting on the signature on that knot, which holds your lease, saying yes to the proposal, and so on and so forth. But you are going to have the chance to fulfill an important aspect that will allow you again to finalize an important cycles of developments for you. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the 12th. And now we're moving for the super chat. And as far as super chat goes, first goes Anna. By the way, Taco, I don't understand. How can you lose your Xbox account? Your account is valid even in when you are using Windows. I mean, a computer. All right, these are cards. It's a cave-in, right? A person that you are talking with or negotiating with or want to attract on your side, on your terms, is about to cave in, and these negotiations are going to be considered a huge success for you. And this person that you are going to attract as your ally will be able to contribute for your agenda and for your purpose a huge amount of resources. That could be a family member that you need to get on your side for, say, an inheritance, or say for, I don't know, some kind of a lawsuit and so on and so forth, or a business partner that you need to get on the same page with you, okay, in order for them to invest and so on and so forth. But it does look like that you are going to accomplish a huge success in a negotiations or presenting your idea here that will make the other side to cave in and agree to your, say, demands and your stipulations. That is what is going to be the most important thing for you into the upcoming week. Oh, I get it. I get it. Well, I think that it can be restored. Oh, so you do have kind of a conundrum here. Ah, that sucks. All right, Yasmin. I don't know if what I'm gonna do without my Xbox account. There is so much investment in it. I think I have like 53 games. When you consider that $70 a game, wow, that's a lot of investment, isn't it? And I'm gonna lose all of them if my account gets locked or I forget the password. Yeah. Yasmin, it's a fight. It's a fight you're gonna have. Those are the cards, right? And it revolves around your personality. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. There are gonna be changes that you will want to make. I suspect that these are going to be changes in your work or in your work status or the way you are doing your job. And this is going to provoke conflicts, like disagreements, like an arguments. Because the way you are going to set yourself up is going to benefit you big time, but is going to get in a way of someone else's interests, right? And this is going to be the reason why there is going to be that provocation. This is going to be the reason why, can I put it into words? You are about to be attacked. And now that I think of, it could happen that you may decide to kind of like take more care for yourself, for your appearance, and that may start attracting more eyes, and this may provoke conflicts with your current spouse, if you do have any, okay? So that is also a aversion. But these, how can I put it into words? These conflicts, they will threaten your thing, right? For example, if it happens in your love life, they will threaten your relationship. If it happens into your career, they will threaten your career. So you will need to address those conflicts and try to find a peaceful resolution. But the best way, at least for according to the cards, how you need to address them is if you do leave a moment things to call off. So it will be best if you correspond either via an email or either via, I don't know, a chat or something like that, because face to face in the heat of the moment, you may say something in a whim, not even meaning to say it, and that may damage the situation in the relationship even more. So you have to tread carefully with this one. And it's as simple as that, okay? You do have a strong ties with someone around you, that your comfortability is their discomfort and vice versa. Well, the thing is that the Microsoft account is linked to the Xbox account, right? And I think that if you do get into your Microsoft account, and you will find a section there for the Xbox where you have your Xbox linked, and I think that you can reset the password from there. Or you may try with your Xbox, with your Windows password or Microsoft password. That should let you in. All right, Taco, it's your turn, mate. These are your cards. It's a friend. You are about to make a friend. Now, Tarot is going to show us what contribution that friend is going to have for you. 60 days? Wow. It's like they are sending a rocket to the space, aren't they? These are the tarot cards. It's courage. That friend that you are gonna face, or that you're gonna make, is gonna be an example of courage, and it will allow you to have more fun. I think that this is gonna be someone that you are gonna find a lot of in common with in terms of things you went through, and a lot of things to relate to. Bear in mind, this isn't an intimate friend, okay? That is a friend that you can have a laugh with, that you can have a couple of beers with if you are drinking beers, or having a barbecue pizza, if you will. But that's a friend, and you know, carrying on with this person, kind of like spending time with them, or with him, or with her, is gonna take off a lot of anxiety from you, if you do have any, for whatever you have it. And that will allow you to make a real steps forward for whatever you are ambition about right now. So bottom line here is that this friendship will allow you to transform your ambition into a very powerful drive. So it's a very amicable and beneficial friendship for both sides. And because we have the fox, okay, we do have the fox here, it's very possible that that could be someone you work with or you can start working with. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good friend, mate. I mean, really trustworthy friend. And the moon card in Lenormand represents what you are. So that's going to be a person who will like you for what you are and will not going to try to change you or to take advantage of you. But it is a friend that you're going to make. All right, and last but not least, Shaughnessy. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Taco. All right, Shaughnessy, those are the cards. So you will be asked to perform a job throughout the week. And this isn't up to the question. What I mean is that for what I am seeing here, most likely you owe the person that will ask you to perform the job, whether that's going to be that they're going to ask you to take their shift, or they're going to ask you to deal with that client that they don't want to deal, or fix that paperwork, whatever the case. Okay, but you are going to be asked to do a job, and it's going to be a problematic job, right? It's going to have certain unsettledies with it that will cause issues with you, with your principles. And the worst of it is that you will be ambushed with it. I mean, the person that it is giving you that job will be fully aware that you are about to face those predicaments that are not aligning with whether the requirements or whether the acceptable, and yet they're gonna ask you to do it either way. So into the upcoming week, don't be afraid to say no, because the deliverance of the job will be there, no question about it. But whether you take it or not, that is up for you to decide. And for what these cards are showing, you better pass. Because it's going to be super problematic. And it's going to cost you trust. Afterwards, the people that you're working with will have reservation towards you, so they're not going to trust you as you're trusting you now. So be on your guard about that. All right, guys. All right, people. I think that that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity. We are going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.